what they were eating. He was there to explain the mush and all the nutrients inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
He
And
was
then
there.
you remember what happened to him?
He got shot up
Cat
by
got him.
agents in the fucking building when there was a... Did he teach Neo about a glitch in the Matrix,
Agent
deja
Kitty.
vu?
Agent Kitty got him.
No, he didn't.
That was the other girl that died. What was her name?
That was Trinity, bro.
No, what was the
blonde chick?
The blonde
Yeah,
that died. She died with Mouse.
What was her name?
I don't know, but all
Hashtag or something
there's
like that.
Oh, it was
Hashtag.
it was like light switch or
Blitz?
something.
Yeah.
Switch.
It was Switch. Yeah.
I
Res
think
and Ram.
I think not like this at least once a day.
Yeah, I
say
did
that
too.
all the
You
time.
know that? I said that
Not like this.
today
Yeah,
in the
I'm telling
car
you.
when I was talking about Mouse.
Not like this.
Damn, lot of Matrix chat today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
13 years ago.
I was at this barbecue yesterday,
Do
and
tell.
this girl did this like flip thing. This like she was younger. I'm like, whoa, cool, Matrix, and she's like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm old. That movie's old, and I'm old.
No, that movie's still new.
That movie takes place in the future.
Every 4-year-old flipper should know about the Matrix.
She was like 10.
All right,
Or
well,
11.
You are old.
less of an excuse.
You're all old. I'm young though.
He's bananas.
Same here.
Potassium.
I was the oldest one. You're the oldest and most out of touch. Look at this room.
Who?
Lost on the wall. You haven't watched a TV show since Lost that you became a fan of?
No, I did. I watched Breaking Bad.
Where's the Breaking Bad poster?
I don't have one.
That's passe. You wouldn't hang
Box
a
set's
Breaking
on my
Bad
shelf.
poster in your house.
You should have a Fear the Walking Dead poster
Oh,
to show that
yeah.
you're relevant.
Oh, Fear the Walking Dead. Hey, I got a Gamorrean guard axe. Watch me. I'm gonna do some tricks.
The fuck?
Is that real? Is that real?
You know,
Yeah,
last
feel-
time.
I'm
I
trying to
say
open
that?
this with a
Can
cool
I just
shot.
say? Can I just say? Last time I was here, I didn't think we could get any cooler.
No, then the morphin.
You were so wrong,
Oh,
my
yeah,
friend.
the trick.
I saw.
Oh shit.
Oh
damn it.
wow, that could hurt him.
Theme song.
If you flip me off, I'll get in your face. You drive on my ass, your foot's on the gas, and your next breath is your last. Guess I got a bad habit. I'm blowing it away. Yeah. Got a bad habit. Yeah. And it ain't going away. Yeah.
You got bandages?
Give him the cut.
Band-aids?
Got a beat.
Welcome back. During the theme song, I just did. Everyone watching the live stream, shut up. Everyone watching on Tuesday, I just did a cool trick during the break. I'm sorry it couldn't be recorded,
Sorry, I didn't see that.
but I did the crazy flip with
Cut
this. It was awesome. Anyway,
When you bought that Disneyland, how long? How far into your day was it? You know, like was it like
3/4.
So you.
Oh man.
So you bought to wear for the quarter of the day with that.
I got
axe.
this and a replica Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi lightsaber. So I had 2 weapons.
Did
So,
he already stop you?
That's what you do. You get a weapon so you and your friend can fight in the garage when mom's at work
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
with the
smart.
lights off.
That's smart.
No, I just kind of carried both of them by myself through Disneyland.
Do you
Did you go
favor?
and that axe?
No, I was done.
Okay.
At this point, I don't think they'd let me on.
Too dangerous.
Walking around
Cut those
Disneyland, walking around Disneyland at night, you know, with both those weapons, I feel like you would favor one over the other.
Are you allowed to have that in your car at night? That's dangerous if you get pulled over by the police. It looks so real.
It's an easy pinch.
They might shoot you.
They also had, for some reason, Disneyland had a ton of foam Star Wars replica weapons. And so this was one. They had a big brown stick that looked like, I can't describe it other than it looked like a plant man's dick. It was like a brown thing with seeds on it and like a head of it. It was just like, everyone was walking by it going, what is this? And I'm looking at it and I see that there's a tag on it. Like this, I knew it was a Gamorrean guard axe.
Right.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I didn't know what this one was though. I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, there's a tag right there.
Is it
No.
from Star Wars?
It was.
Can I guess?
But I'm like, I don't.
You think you know
I don't
too?
want to look at the tag. I think I should know this.
Right.
And so I didn't. What do you think it was?
I think it was Yoda's cane.
You are.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Damn it.
Gaffy stick. It
With
was
that seed thing you said.
Gaffy
When you said
stick.
seed.
It was
It's
a
a pointy-
Tusken Raider gaffy stick. Not one person who walked by knew what it was. Not one. They all walked by going, "Ew,
Oh,
what's-"
that thing's pretty big.
No, let's get you a lightsaber. It
Zach
was.
knew
It
what it
was a
was.
little bit. Yeah, I messaged him.
Did you?
The good friend and fan of ours,
Tusken fan.
Zach
Yeah.
Aka Goldsting, is a Tusken fan. And
Tusken
I
fan
said,
421.
I actually messaged him from there. I said, "You're gonna want to know about this.
Yeah.
Gaffy sticks are live at Disneyland, And I got one message back that was all caps, holy shit. So
They're live. It's lit.
Is that what you call
They're
like
live.
a toy that's been like
woke.
out? It's live.
They
Yeah,
drop.
that's
All the
Is that-
Tuscans are woke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like albums drop, but toys go
Yeah.
live.
if something's out, hey, it's going live.
Collectibles go
It's going
live.
Did you let Sir Steve know? Is he update for
Sir Steve doesn't need to know.
Oh, okay.
That guy dropped the fucking
What
ball.
happens when a new show comes out? I guess it premieres.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
dropped, or it.
That would
well,
be a
that's an
drop.
album.
That'd be a drop.
An album drops.
Right.
A new show debuts.
A new show debuts. A new toy goes live. They are live.
Wow.
Like they're on the floor.
It's like Toy Story shit.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is there? A new game. Well, a new game goes live. I think I took that term for
Yeah.
toys.
Too many games come out.
and a
so
new
I don't
movie
even
flops.
Yeah, new movie.
If it's a new movie, it'll flop.
know. Yeah.
Speaking of flop, Pete's Dragon flopped.
Oh.
But wasn't there something? I think
No,
that.
not only that. 2016 is being known as the summer of flops. They've basically lost so much money this summer because
Yeah.
everything they thought was going to be a blockbuster fucking flopped. There was a new X-Men this summer.
Oh, yeah.
There was
I
a new,
forgot about that.
there was a new
Oh, I saw
Apocalypse.
that.
New
Apocalypse.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this summer.
Yeah.
I saw that.
There was a
Didn't
new
see that.
I saw that
Ghostbusters this summer.
Didn't see it yet.
There was Pete's Dragon. I mean,
That's a bummer movie.
even
too.
like last summer,
There's
But
Mad
those are
Max.
you had Mad
Like
Max.
Rubber.
So there were still like
Yeah,
movies
like
that
it.
everybody was like, "Dude, this is a masterpiece."
Yeah.
What's this summer's masterpiece?
I-
We had a new Independence Day this summer.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
really though, what's been the blockbuster?
Finding Dory.
Yeah, honestly, I guess
Animation.
that's it.
Oh
I guess
yeah,
that's
Sausage Party. Animation movies are doing good, but like big blockbuster movies, they're saying they think it's finally caught up with the movie studios announcing a release date before the previous movie is even released.
Oh,
Because
weird.
Oh, absolutely.
X-Men Apocalypse had its release date announced before Days of Future Past had even come out. So there was like basically no time to make sure the movie
Yeah,
was good.
absolutely not. Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
That is insane. I didn't even think about that.
And then of course
it kind of
Ghostbusters flopped because you guys are all sexist.
yeah.
Yeah.
When did
That's on you guys.
It
When did
is.
you even see
It
that?
is.
Did anybody here see that movie?
Nope.
No.
I haven't even
No.
seen Ghostbusters 2, so
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them, Frank. So I'm with you.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
yeah.
I've said it before. I know I'm controversial, whatever. But in any conversation about Ghostbusters, when people talk about, oh, this new one sucks or this or that, there's always someone that goes, please, they already wrecked that series with part 2.
That was fine.
1 and 2 are like the same shit to me. Am I crazy? Am I you? I mean,
I
you like
actually,
those.
hey, personally, I think 2 is better than 1.
I enjoyed the first two. Like,
They're the same thing
yeah,
to me.
They're very
it's not-
similar.
it's not
I
like
never
the one's
watched
great
them.
And the other
I
one's
never
like,
watched them and
it's
went,
garbage.
they dropped the ball. They're the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
to me.
exactly.
I don't know. I always thought that.
is so much better than the first one.
Are you serious? Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Wait, you're talking to that camera.
Right? The second one has
One
like
has
slime
Vigo,
in the city.
the Carpathian, and
Yeah.
one doesn't. That's it.
When I was a kid, I loved when they took control of the
Yeah, the-
Statue of
that
Liberty.
was so cool.
I thought
to
so
me.
too.
Is
When they're
there-
playing that song
Is
and
it
starting to
Moranis
move.
number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Titanic Dog was cool.
Yeah, better late than
That's
never.
what they say when they're Titanic.
Him and Janine
She's
hook up
married.
in 2. And they play Super Mario Brothers.
Hey, you know what? Can I just say, in regards to the new Ghostbuster, I think I know how they fucked up royally in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
They now stick with me, internet. See it, agree or disagree.
We didn't see it though.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
They spent so much time emphasizing who the Ghostbusters were.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the ghost? They didn't develop a villain and convey that
Yeah,
to
I
an
don't know
audience
who Gozer,
whatsoever. It was just
is
like,
in this new one.
yeah, these 4 ladies are going to be hilarious as they take care of all the ghosts in New York City. And I just thought, like, okay, well, yeah, the Ghostbusters.
What's the threat?
Yeah, the Ghostbusters take care of ghosts. Why is this interesting? Like, your movie is only as strong as your villain. That's what they say, and that movie had no villain, at least in the advertisement.
They should have had internet men's
They
right
didn't market
activists
that.
be the ghosts.
They should have.
Yeah,
They
should-
kill
Then
they
it
kill
would've
them all.
been brilliant.
They
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
them all, and then
Meninists.
they have to fight.
They
What's
should
that?
have Meninists be the ghosts.
Yeah, that
Oh,
would
they
have been
said-
cool.
They said minions.
Yeah, that would have been cool
Yeah,
too.
too. Big
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it, and
Universal
again,
do it.
I hope I'm not spoiling anything for people who wanted to see it. But one thing that I heard about it was that a big surprise is that like they mention Gozer coming like later.
Wow.
Like it's not in the movie, but that's their big like. But
Well,
it's
that's
like
never going to happen because this movie flopped.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is not
like,
going to get a sequel, right?
Gozer, who's Gozer?
Gozer was
Gozer the
the
Gozerian.
threat of the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, get with it.
I can't wait for this to be over. It's over now.
It's over.
It's
But,
way
like,
over.
I had to
Wait
keep
till
hearing
it's-
about it. I
Wait
never
for it to
happened.
come out on Netflix, then everyone will watch it, and well, no one's gonna watch it.
I-
Wait for it to come out on Netflix so there can be more like
I just never cared about Ghostbusters ever in my life, so I'm tired of like this. Go away.
Like I still haven't seen the Evil Dead reboot. I'm
That was actually
probably
good.
not
I did like
gonna
it.
see this
Yeah.
reboot. I just don't
You know
really
what?
care that much about reboots.
I didn't see the Evil Dead reboot, but the guy who directed that has a new movie coming out called
Yeah.
Don't Breathe, which
Yeah?
looks like
Oh, the horror
really
movie.
fucking
Yeah.
good.
I've
Really?
heard the Evil Dead
That's
one was
crazy.
good. Of
It's-
all
the
of them,
Evil
I need
Dead
to
reboot's
watch
good,
it.
yeah.
Everyone's gonna give me
That
shit.
guy-
Wait, what Evil Dead reboot?
So
They
remade
remade
Evil
it
Dead.
like in 2013.
they remade
Oh,
it.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Don't talk about the twist.
That
'cause
guy,
that's a spoiler still for me.
that guy actually got picked up because he released a short film on the internet years ago. You
Really?
probably saw it called Panic Attack. It was. He's from South America, so it was originally called like Panico, whatever.
Oh,
it was
I
in
think I see
Spanish.
that.
I think I heard
Yeah,
about
and
it.
it was a bunch of like toys. He green screened toys, but made them huge and had them like attack a city.
Oh wow.
And I remember hearing the story like, yeah, the guy who made that, Sam Raimi, liked it so much. Sam Raimi's going to produce a movie with him, and that ended up being the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah, okay.
Which I guess was pretty good from
Yeah,
what I heard.
yeah,
So
it was
now,
pretty good.
now he has this new movie coming out called Don't Breathe, which people are saying is like a new classic. So yeah.
All right, I've
keep your eye on that guy.
I've seen videos for Don't Breathe, so I'll check that out. Because yeah, I haven't been really to the theater in a couple months.
Me
It's
neither.
just
I went
nothing
to
is
the
a big-
theater
Nothing
this
that,
weekend.
nothing that captivating.
Yeah.
I saw Lights Out, but we'll talk
Oh, I
about
saw
that
that
later.
too.
I
Okay.
wanted. I've
Oh,
been
yeah?
wanting to see that.
Okay.
All right,
Hey.
we'll talk about it.
We'll
a little
talk
bit.
about it. I really hate to do this. Something
no.
has come up.
Oh no, Rob's
Uh-oh.
gonna
We
leave.
start talking about movies, and I had some bad news delivered to me. I never thought this would happen.
What?
What has?
I mean, we said what we said, and we did what we did, but unfortunately, it has. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this. Joker update.
No.
Welcome back, everybody. I didn't think it was possible.
I knew there'd be more.
It can't be more.
Because
Now the terror starts.
You can't just stop. You can't go through months and months of that shit and then movie's out, we're done. No, there has to be an epilogue
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
Joker.
And then-
You were
Shit.
right. I can't believe this. I'm gonna read the headline.
Okay.
Oh man. Jared Leto feels like he was tricked into doing Suicide Squad.
I heard about this.
Fuck.
I heard about this.
What?
Way to
No,
spin
but
it.
you know what?
There's the red
I
light.
can't.
Poor guy.
I can't.
Go ahead. Did you want to expound on the
tricked him.
story?
I can't.
Was there anything more to say?
How is he tricked?
Jared Leto says
So you got the joke.
this is what
Killing joke.
I know what he said.
someone
How
clo-
could they?
I heard this article.
this is on delisted. Someone close to Jared said he was very honest about the film this weekend. His disappointment in what he's learned of the theatrical cut. He's feeling sort of tricked into being part of something that had been pitched to him very differently. Thinking it would be more artistic than what it became. Feeling overwhelmed by the hate regarding the look and the choices.
So, I said weeks ago when we were going through all these Joker updates, I bet Jared Leto is just as sick of Joker news as we are. And I pointed out that every news story had very little to do with Jared Leto. It was always some other actor on the set. Did you want to put that on something?
It's okay.
It was always somebody else being like, oh, I didn't like working with Jared Leto. He scared me. Or Will Smith. It was never Jared Leto did something else. And I felt like, you know what? If I was Jared Leto, I'd be so fucking sick of people talking about me. Like, just shut up. Leave me alone. And I feel like this story kind of confirms what I thought.
Well, I feel like he did it to his fucking self because you're not breaking character on set. You're sending people presents as the Joker. You are being a fucking weird asshole.
Yeah.
And so now you're,
Hey.
stop talking about me being a weird asshole.
Let's-
It's like, no, you're being
All
fucking
right,
weird.
let's cut through the crap. Let's be real.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the movie studio was encouraging all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
think Jared
Could be,
Leto.
could be.
Maybe he was in character the whole time, and maybe he was pranking people. He was not sending out that information. That was being pushed out to every media source by the movie studio to low-key advertise Suicide Squad, and they went too far with it. That's how I feel about
Well,
it.
I feel
Could
like
be.
I don't blame Jared Leto.
I do. I feel like
I don't feel good
I'll
outright removing the blame from Jared.
No, I do.
But I do. I suspect
also,
stuff like that too.
You know what?
I agree.
I also understand where he's coming from, because everybody is saying now Suicide Squad isn't good, and all the excuses are coming out. Well, they only had 6 weeks to work on it, and then they re-edited the movie fucking a month ago, and it's like, I could see how somebody of Jared Leto's caliber can be pitched a movie, and then that movie ends up not being what was pitched when they re-edited.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely.
Also,
agree
once
with
like Will Smith signs on, it's like, oh, we have to give him more screen
Yeah,
time.
and when Jared
Yeah.
Leto says they have over 2 hours of screen scenes that I filmed that aren't in the movie, and that was all cut out, yeah, that leads me to believe that he was pitched something that ended up not being the final product.
I agree with that, but I also think that he was being obnoxious, and this is what you get when you're an obnoxious person.
Oh, wow.
You know what's
You're
funny?
reading into
Sure.
the tabloids.
I was at Barnes & Noble yesterday, and all in the clearance aisle, there is all this Joker stuff.
Oh.
It's already there. And it is like...
Hey, he
He laughed in the next room.
a response of a laugh.
There is like cutesy plush dolls of Jared Leto with like a big stupid oversized head
Yeah.
and it says
Yeah.
damage and he has like a teardrop.
Yeah.
And there's like really ugly action figures and I just thought you had to get the ball rolling on this shit so long ago to have this ready now.
Yep.
And you just never stopped to think,
What a failure.
is this good? Is this what people want? You just said, no, he's going to look like the guy from D. Antwoord, but we're going to spray paint his hair green, and that's going to be fucking cool. Make the plushies. Make the action figures. And it was just like, yeah, you got fucked by the machine. And I think everybody got steamrolled, but most of all, Jared Leto got steamrolled more than anybody.
My theory...
I feel sorry for the Leto.
You guys both have points. I actually legitimately believe that that there is merit to both sides. Because Jared Leto is whatever, but I absolutely believe a studio can infuriate something that much more or inflame, I should say.
Yeah, fan
something like
flames.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
When something's that big of a budget, it's got so many fingers involved in
He
it.
went out in public and did the laugh, and he admitted this. Like he did this stuff.
But then that's another question.
But
it's like, did
didn't
he?
admit it. It was just a news
You know, it's
story.
like, did he say?
And it was
He
people,
said it, but
it was people speculating. And also,
Wait.
He
No,
talked-
he
that's-
did talk about doing
He-
that. He
yeah,
did
but you
talk
know
about
what?
doing that.
Hey, when you go on a fucking late night talk show to promote your shitty action movie for the summer,
Yeah.
real talk, if you're an actor, you just, I went out, Jimmy, I practiced it and found
Yeah,
the worst.
exactly.
You know, you're that's some pre-interview shit that you worked out for the Tonight Show.
the thing about Suicide Squad that the most interesting thing that I find about Suicide
This
Squad.
is so stupid.
This
Sorry.
is, hey,
I'm
this,
just-
this is the
serious.
most interesting thing to
Anyway.
me. Everything outside of the movie. I can't remember another movie that had so much hype and propaganda and bullshit.
Yeah.
Just think about.
I can't think of something
I can't
more.
think of another movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, there were probably over 25 separate news stories about Jared Leto being the Joker
Yeah.
for 7 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
25 stories for over 2 years, hyping up less than 10 minutes of a performance. That is an insane event, and I feel like that's unprecedented in movie history.
Yeah.
A studio really sold you, this guy's Joker's so fucking good. Holy shit, this Joker's gonna make you fucking jizz. Oh my god, do you know how good this Joker is? Oh, get ready for this Joker. And then it comes out and it's like, here's the Joker, goodbye. And it was like, wow, something's going on here.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
not
think what's
happened
going on
before.
is they wanted to save him for the next movie because they want. Oh,
Now
now
they're universe building.
You got a taste.
You know what?
Now
Hey,
we'll get more Jared Leto.
This Suicide Squad was supposed to save the DC universe.
Yeah.
It failed.
Well,
did
it
not
made a lot of
It
money.
was not their Deadpool.
It did not accomplish what it set out to do.
Yeah.
It was supposed to set the tone for like, hey, Marvel's got their universe, this is our universe, and 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. So,
Now, I don't hate. I mean, all the Jared Leto shit was just obnoxious for the last 4 years. But as an actor, I mean, he was like in Fight Club.
he was in
He
Requiem
got
for
an
a
Academy
Dream.
Award
He,
for
Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers
Which
Club.
I-
And that was great. And I love Requiem for a Dream. He just got cast in another movie I'm interested
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
with
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Blade
Runner.
Runner sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Which
say Running Man. But
is going to be directed by Ridley Scott.
No,
Or
it's
his
directed
son.
by Dennis. Like
It just got handed off.
It's
It
by,
did.
it's by the guy who did Sicario. Ridley
Yeah.
Scott's still
Okay.
producing it though. It's in good hands.
Oh, so he's going to
Yeah.
produce. Okay.
Yeah.
But I heard that, and that was worrying a lot of people. But I think maybe he just got screwed over by the studio on Suicide Squad, and he wants to.
Oh,
yeah,
he did.
it's funny because there are people saying like.
Because I think he's a good actor.
There are people saying like,
Other
because
stuff.
that news story came out, I retweeted it.
Yeah.
Like, he's been cast in Blade Runner. And I retweeted it, and there were a lot of people going like, oh, I think he'll still do okay. And then I thought, oh wait, why did I retweet this? It's not because I don't think he can't do it. He'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
He's not a
Yeah.
bad actor.
Yeah.
But he's become such a joke because of all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
totally.
That's
and
why
it's
I
so
did it.
fucking
It wasn't
relevant.
honestly even anything personal. It's just now I just see the Joker.
All
You know?
Leto,
That's it.
all Leto news is
When Heath
super
Ledger
relevant.
was the
Yeah.
Joker, what do we know about it beforehand? Literally
yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear.
This is what I'm saying.
Story.
Yeah,
Hey, this is what I'm saying.
No, it was negative.
It was-
negative.
It was negative, but we didn't know anything
but
about
it was cast.
But
No.
imagine
When-
imagine if Heath Ledger was in that movie for a little bit more than 5 minutes, and for 2 years leading up to the release, they kept
Yeah.
telling you about how fucking crazy he is.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
No, I
They
know.
never should have showed what the character design looked like.
Oh, yeah.
That was the hugest mistake. It should have just been in the fucking movie.
That a lot of
And
people,
his acting as the Joker, like I said on that podcast after I saw
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, him as the Joker wasn't that bad. It was like Leto.
a lot
or
of
the other
analysts are
guy.
saying that this movie, if the hype wasn't there, people probably would have said this movie was fun but mediocre, and
Yeah,
instead
sure.
it was never going to live up to
Yeah,
2
no.
years. Of
Also,
hype.
again,
fuck
it's,
no.
it's
Yeah.
like a what, $200 million movie? If this was like a $30 million whatever,
Exactly.
fuck, people are like, okay, great.
And it's funny because that's really what they learned. I mean, it was too late
Yeah.
for Suicide Squad to be
Yeah.
this. That's really what they learned from Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
Deadpool did great, very low budget, and people left it going, okay, give me another one.
Yeah.
And it's like, there
Singular
you go.
vision from-
They need to
Yeah.
stop thinking quite on the level they're at, But whatever.
That's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I'm just more. I don't even care. The Jared Leto thing in Blade Runner, I don't really care. I'm super entertained at the fact that they are making another Blade Runner because that is one of those mythic movies that. Speaking of not living up to what can they possibly do in the new Blade Runner that people are going to go, oh, thank
Nothing.
you, I got it. Like
No, it's just more for
That's-
More
that's
of that
gonna be
cyberpunk
amazing.
setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we're moving into a new era in movies. The post-good movie era, essentially. That's what it is.
It
Movies
really
get
is.
greenlit and they get hundreds of millions of dollars and nobody expects them to be good. So I have a theory people don't even want them to be good. It's harder to make a good movie than it is to make a bad movie with a good trailer. Think about that. And
That's why you got to make shorts and release them on the internet.
that's
there you go.
and that's what we're doing.
That's what
Speaking
we're
of
all
which,
about. Hey,
We didn't have a video.
speaking of,
We did have a huge milestone. We hit our Patreon
Oh, yeah.
goal.
we not only met it, we surpassed it.
Surpassed our
Whoa.
Patreon
Ladies
goal.
and gentlemen,
This
we're
should
in.
be a celebration.
First of all, well, I would just want to say, you said we're in the bad movie era or the post-good movie era.
Yeah.
We are also in, we should say, we have entered a different era as well. Now, I want to get some feedback here. This new era we're in, we could call it, we're in the AR years, which is after Royce.
Right.
That's the
AR,
era.
yeah.
Or we could look at it as the AG era after goal. Because we had a Patreon goal and we surpassed it, which is a whole new milestone.
AG.
You know,
AR.
hey, I love Royce, and it's sad that he's no longer with us. Well, he's alive, but
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
with
but
us.
no longer right
But
here.
he's dead to us. You know.
Yeah,
probably
like
sick
we
of
said
us bringing
before,
it up.
mafia style. But
Do you
but I like to focus on the positive. I think after a goal, like this is what we do. What's that?
Do you think Royce is watching this? Is
I
there
really
any
wonder.
Oh,
chance-
absolutely.
He's still watching it, recording it just in case.
Yeah,
Royce-
like he doesn't go back on the horse.
Royce, if you're out there,
He doesn't
we
have
love
boxing
you.
on Sunday. He's watching.
But yeah, we hit our Patreon goal.
We
It's
did
a
it.
huge milestone
Yeah.
for us. We should
Yeah.
say thank you to
Yes.
all our
Thank you
patrons.
so much to everybody.
Yeah, we're preparing to send out our first box of what are we calling our box? Our MEGA64 bundle?
Yeah, I don't know. We should have a cool name.
Oh, you know what?
Tier 3 bundle? I don't know what it is.
We're supposed to do our sweepstakes today
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
So we did not plan that.
Well, yeah.
whatsoever.
Once again, we're not in the studio, so we got. Listen, everybody watching this, there is a monthly sweepstakes for our Patreon. No matter how much you give, $1, whatever, we have a sweepstakes that anybody can be involved in. Anybody can enter, and
Yeah, and
we haven't been in the studio to announce the winners.
So next week.
you know what we're gonna
What do
do?
you think?
Oh fuck! I would love
What
to
if
do
we're
the
not in the studio
sweepstakes
next
live
week? Oh, shit.
here on the podcast, so we can pull the names out and announce them,
Uh-huh.
announce the winners live. But we're actually sending out the boxes before our next podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So what I propose is that we just pull the winners tomorrow and
Okay.
tweet out who they are or
Okay.
contact them individually.
We could pull the winners tonight at the end of the show, but we just don't have the prizes here. I mean, we can announce the prizes later,
Well,
or
we
we can
have
do it
to-
all later.
Could you edit something in on Tuesday?
Let's edit something in on Tuesday. That's what
Okay.
we'll do.
Okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the winners tomorrow.
More work for Sean.
What's wrong?
That's fine.
Just gave him more work to do.
Yeah,
no,
fine.
anyway.
Do like a 5-hour raffle drawing.
Yeah, 5-hour sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And the first winner. No, so we're going to draw 3 winners tomorrow. We will add them into a special additional segment on Tuesday's podcast. Check it out right at the very end of the podcast. In fact, just skip to the end and rewind it by 5 minutes if you want to see who the winners are.
Yeah, if you're a donator,
And-
Patreoner.
Yeah.
What do they call them?
Again, thanks for supporting our Patreon. If you want to enter the sweepstakes, there's no purchase necessary, and all the information is available on our Patreon, so check it out.
Yes. Patreon.com/MEGA64.
But more importantly, what this means is that version 4.1, V4.1, is fully funded, baby.
That's
yeah!
right. That's right.
That means it's coming out for free, technically speaking, to everybody, available online for online streaming
Anyone can see it when it's
And
ready.
next summer.
And-
Wow, we're promising the release
Yeah,
date.
yeah.
And
just like the movie studios,
Before
we're
it's written.
giving you the release date now,
Yeah.
before
Setting
the movie
big
is
tentpole
done.
date. Hey, you're gonna have to compete with fucking where are all the movies announced?
Suicide
Avatar.
Squad 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
Suicide
Cruise
Squad
2.
Yeah,
Oh,
Avatar
god
Squad
damn
Full.
it, too.
Fuck.
But next summer, seriously, again, we wanted to do version 4.1. It's our passion. We always wanted to do it. We were gonna do it, but it always was relegated to a side thing. We always had to put it off. Oh, okay, well, this is coming up. We have to do these kind of commercial works instead. But if we stay at this level, now that we've hit, now it's our main project. We're doing this all the
And
time.
not only that,
This is great.
and it doesn't stop there because we have another milestone right around the corner. The MEGA64 best-selling book. It's not on the bestseller list yet, but when it comes
It will
out,
be.
it will be.
Derek was
It will
at Barnes and Noble the other day. He was taking a look at the bestseller
I
section.
used to work at Barnes and Noble. I know what it
Yeah.
takes to make a bestseller.
Yeah.
Wasn't I, Justine, on the bestseller list?
Yeah.
I think so.
It takes a
Oh.
sticker.
Oh my god!
Hey,
Anyways,
Yeah.
so our book.
Get on
Justine.
That's right. Kevin.
It takes a sticker
takes
on
a
the front.
sticker. We'll just put
Just
stickers on the
print
front
a
of our
sticker on the
book.
front.
and
Oh,
no-
easy.
Like, we
I
did
can
it.
do that.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and the
You know
merch-
what? What if we title our book the New York Times best-selling book, MEGA64 the book?
Yeah.
That's the title.
That's a great title.
That's not anyway, so we're going to start working on our book now because our milestone is right around the corner. So keep supporting us. All our patrons will get 25% off.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll just take a moment to say we've been talking about a book for like almost 10 years.
Yeah,
we have
a
stuff.
long time.
We've been collecting photographs since the beginning of MEGA64. We've been writing things and keeping them for years and years and years, just in the off chance, like, hey, someday wouldn't it be cool to put all this in a book? And now we finally figured when we sat down to kind of redesign our Patreon, we put this as like a chaser milestone. Like,
Yeah.
we'll probably never hit it, but wouldn't it be cool?
Yep.
And here we are. We've arrived right,
We're
at the,
close.
right at the doorstep
Yeah.
of this next milestone, something we've always dreamed of.
Yep.
It's going to be really good. So keep supporting us. The book is right around the corner, and that's really all there is to say.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited.
Yeah.
By the way, if you do support us on Patreon, just today put up a new episode of Friend Dimension. A lot of people want more Friend Dimension. It's been going. It's been happening on our Patreon. Even if you give just $1, you'll get in and you'll see all the episodes. But we did Batman Arkham Knight.
That was
and
fun.
It is
that
an
was fun.
exceedingly
You know what?
frustrating to watch episode. So look forward to that.
I
that
actually think because I was watching you edit
It's
it,
a tough
and,
game.
Yeah.
and we were talking when you do a single player game in a room full of people, it's
Yeah.
a different dynamic.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Because
You know
gotta
what?
do
No.
anything,
Hey,
you
honestly,
fuck up.
in some ways it's better. Like, multiplayer games are fun and there's a competition, but I, as a kid, with all my friends, would sit around and we would play a single player game. I have so many memories
Yeah.
of just watching my
Me
friend
too.
Michael
Yeah.
playing Metal Gear Solid, and I'm just on his bed watching him
Yeah.
for
You know,
hours.
That's when it
Totally.
gets into a gray area when you're talking to friends about like games you've beat, and it's like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I didn't beat it, but
Yeah,
I
but-
sat behind
Yeah.
Jordan
Oh, yeah.
Tidwell.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know what? If you were
every
there for like
Zelda, you know?
65-75% of the game just watching it, you beat it.
And also,
Yeah.
you're
Looking
also
in the
giving
game
feedback.
guide and like reading
Like,
through to
I'm
help.
you're
talking
pitching it.
through with people
Yeah.
like, do this, try that thing, and like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
I spent in elementary school. I spent a whole summer watching my friend play Harvest Moon 64.
Yeah.
But hey, I felt like I was helping run that
Yeah.
farm.
You were,
so.
yeah.
I feel like everyone has that gray area.
I was
Actually,
gonna say
for Actually, for me, Zelda 64, I had the game because I won it from the radio station in a contest.
Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina of Time, yeah. But I didn't have a Nintendo 64. My friend did. So I had the game, he had the console.
Together.
Bring us together,
Yeah.
we played the game.
It's
friends
funny you
merged.
call it. It's funny you called it Zelda 64 because that was the name of it. I mean, they hyped that up for years, calling it Zelda 64 until
Majora's Mask.
it was not Ocarina of Time until the last minute.
Wow.
And so that's funny because I still call it that too. Yeah, Zelda 64. My gray area game like that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games of all time. And then when I think about it, I'm like, no, I never beat it myself.
Yeah.
Was honestly Shadow of the Colossus.
Hey, me too.
Oh, wow.
We got Matt. Me and Rocket.
we were all in a room watching Matt Lopez get to the end and scale the thing and beat it, and the ending blew me away. And I'm like, well, I mean, I spent my whole night watching him scale this thing.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah, and same thing.
I was
There
there.
were no-
Midsummer
you
Night's
could watch-
Dream. I don't know if you remember that. Midsummer Night's Dream, you, me, Adam, Matt, maybe Brandon, spent the night at Matt's house, beat Devil May Cry 1
Devil May Cry.
in one night.
Oh,
all
yeah.
five of
Wow.
us.
You
We
know-
would take turns sleeping because there were five of us. So it was like, all right, Derek, wake up. You got to beat this level. All right, and everybody else would fall
me
asleep.
to this, and I was like, "This sounds terrible." No, I didn't. And I didn't do it. And the next day, you were all so tired but so proud of yourself.
I was gonna say, I was there until a certain point, and I was like, it's getting really late and we're rehearsing tomorrow, so I think I am gonna go. And I thought, well, I'm leaving. I bet they're all going to bed too.
Nope.
And I remember coming the next day, and everyone else did stay, and they were all. I was at the rehearsal like just fresh as a daisy, and everyone else is like,
But we beat Devil May Cry. We beat it. So
Beat it.
hey, do you know your opening monologue? What is it?
Yeah,
What is it?
tomorrow.
Yeah, I know
I got
tomorrow.
So the
Yeah.
point is, we have a new friend dimension up. It's a
Yeah.
single player game, different vibe, maybe a better vibe. Sign
Yeah,
up
it's
for our
fun to watch.
Patreon. It's worth $1 if it makes you laugh.
Yeah,
the
true.
lowest tier enters you into our sweepstakes, and it gets you episodes of Friend Dimension.
Yeah, so that'll be cool.
Check it out.
Thank you to everybody. Yeah, we and just to kind of spiral off of that a little bit, we didn't have a video this week that came out because honestly, we were dealing with a lot of version 4 stuff, and
Let's be candid.
Yeah.
I want to be candid for a
Yeah.
moment. We hit our goal on the Patreon for version 4. All full steam ahead on version 4.
You
basically.
guys stopped all plans.
Like,
of
we're going to
anything
continue
else,
to release videos for our channel, but I mean, I feel like the people have spoken.
Yeah.
People who love MEGA64, who really care about it, have supported the goal, make version 4 and release it online. And I feel like once we hit that goal, it was our duty to kind of like clear our schedule and be like, yo,
Exactly.
boom, get the ball rolling. I mean, it was
Yeah.
already rolling, but it was really clear the plate and let's
Yeah.
make some headway on version 4.
Yeah. So videos are definitely still coming, but our priority is version 4.
We're making that our focus.
For sure.
We're making that our focus, and that is
I-
thanks to hitting our goal, which
Yes.
is, what we've been looking forward to for so long. We're actually, we're so happy.
I'm honestly happier than I seem right now. Happier
We're
than when I
actually
got-
happy.
Yeah.
We're actually happy.
It finally
about it.
happened.
Yeah. You know how miserable we've been for years?
Oh,
Not anymore.
That's why we didn't invite Eric today.
Yeah, because he didn't.
He's a
Policy
sourpuss.
vibes were off
Yeah.
a little bit,
Hey.
so we were like, goodbye.
this reminds me. This
Guy
is
does have a sour
a
puss.
dumb, quick little story. I was leaving my house like a month ago, and I have a gardener, but like my landlord pays for it, so it's
Oh,
not like
fancy.
my gardener.
Wow.
my
money
landlord.
bag.
Money bags. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, rich
All
guy
right.
Sean.
Yeah,
Money
my
bag
my
Jack,
landlord.
What wing of the house was he working at?
The west one. Anyways, so I'm leaving the house and he has a little machine on and he goes, "How's work?" And we're in like the middle of like writing a video, but it wasn't going. It was like tough. I'm like, "That's all right. Just all right." Yeah, it's just all right. And then I got in the car and I started driving to work, and then I realized he didn't say how's work. He asked, "How's it look?" about the bush he just sculpted.
Oh,
and I just
fucking
said,
Sean!
I said,
No!
"That's all right.
Hey.
Just all right."
There's always room for improvement. I think
Sean, are you saying there's a
So-
language barrier?
So
Just all right.
So
Yeah,
after
just
that, he kind of stopped working on my house so much. Like it doesn't.
Oh!
My landlord just came over and saw the backyard and called me yesterday. Hey, just so you know, I fired that gardener because he was not doing the work he's supposed to do at the house. So.
Sean!
Hey, that's
Now you got him fired.
Oh my fucking god!
You ruined his day, and then you got him
But
fired.
not only that, he still works at like other houses in my neighborhood, so I see
Oh,
him
man.
like every week. He's like out there just looking at me.
He probably
Hey,
thinks
as
you
I'm
called
walking-
in to
walking in
fire
my
him.
You
car.
should lock the doors and windows at night. You might want to.
Yeah,
Holy
Let's go
shit.
sneak in.
Guard your-
I think that
So
big
bad
sharp
shit.
shears,
All
right?
right, moral of the story. Maybe start feeling more positive
Yeah.
about work.
No
Oh,
shit.
yeah, open
We
up
were
your
just
ears.
writing a video. We're having a tough time with it, so we'll get to it tomorrow. And that was when he caught me.
Maybe
I said,
just
look.
a little bit of positivity goes a long way.
Hey, he's gonna work really hard. You know.
Yeah.
10 years from now, he's gonna be the best gardener.
How do you
Anyways.
misunderstand that?
It was loud. He had this like little like weed whacker thing on. It was,
How does it look? All right.
all right, just all right. Yeah, whatever,
You-
whatever.
You said before we started that there was a part 2, and I was excited.
yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna go that route.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I feel bad. For
after my
the way
landlord called
you
me, I hung
feel.
up. I feel like this is creepy enthusiasm. Like this is literally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
people in the chat were just
Yeah.
saying.
But you know what? You should have said, "Oh no, can you hire him?"
You
I
could've
think it was a
rectified it
Yeah,
right
you
then.
could have been on the
Yeah,
phone with
He
your
wasn't
landlord.
doing his job anymore. He already
Do
hated
you
me.
remember that?
I'm not going
Remember
back.
that was a plot point. Remember that was a plot point in.
Fucking, that's
You already hate him. Fucking.
that's sick.
He's already a fucking
He's only
asshole.
doing an all right job. Yeah, keep him
He
fired.
got offended when I
He
insulted him. Fuck him.
Wasn't that a plot in Breaking Bad, like the first season? Remember the janitor kept trying to help Walter White with stuff, and then what happened? He got caught for something. They were going to catch Walter White, but instead they pinned it on the nice janitor, and they were like, "Yeah, we found an ounce of weed in his truck, so he's fired from ever working at a school again." And Walter White like wants to take credit for it, but it's like, no, they'll get me.
Yeah.
And it's like, like he let the guy get fired or something.
Gotta do what you gotta
I don't
do.
know. It was a whole guilty thing. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is only season 1 of Sean's descent.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see how it keeps going.
breaking chat.
Stay tuned, guys.
We have to change his name to what the fuck they call him?
Yeah.
Mr. Morozov.
The man who
Hindenburg.
knocks. What's his name?
Hindenburg, Heisenberg.
I said that anytime I saw someone dressed as Walter White at Comic-Con, like they had the fedora and the thing, I always go, "Oh, Hindenburg!" And not one person got it. They all went Heisenberg, or in the case, there was one guy, I said it, and then he just kind of looked upset, and I realized he's a heavier guy, and you shouldn't yell Hindenburg.
Oh, called him a blimp.
I realized that. He
That's
got upset,
fucked.
and I was like, oh,
I
no.
like how Rock goes, I call them Hindenburg and they don't get it. Fucking idiots.
The best
Yeah, hey.
An
was
unrelated thing? Come on.
the best was in PAX South. We had a really old guy come to this.
It was you and
2 years
Brian,
ago.
right?
Me and Brian, 2
Okay.
years ago, and he was dressed just like him, but did not mean it whatsoever.
Oh, no, that's
he
his
was.
look.
It
Oh,
was just his
no.
look.
Yeah.
So Brian's just like, "Oh, Hindenburg, Heisenberg," and he's just like, "What?" He's like 80, and we just kept doing.
That reminds me of when I worked at a video store how long?
Eons?
14 years ago at this 15 whatever years ago at this point, and I remember I would always, I had to make calls some days to just get people to return their videos, and I would be on there for hours, and I would get into a groove where I don't care, and I'm making jokes, and I'll never forget picking up one. I had to call a guy named JR, and I'd be like, "Hey, this is Rocco calling for Blockbuster Videos. This is JR, yeah. Oh, who shot you? Anyway, whatever. What do you mean? What? No, like who shot JR? What do you mean who shot JR? Like the TV show. What TV show? No. Fine.
Click.
I don't remember if I hung up or not. I was like, okay. Man,
Oopsie.
why did I even bring that up?
Did you say something to me? Did I say something to you? Anyways, sorry. Reference, old experience.
The Hindenburg reminds me. There's a new show called Timeless. They were putting it at Comic-Con, but there's a lot of commercials for it.
Yeah.
during
On
the
NBC,
Olympics,
right?
On NBC.
Yeah.
And it's this guy went back in time. He's trying to change the past. We gotta stop him. And they're trying to go back, but stop right there. It already doesn't make sense because he already changed the past. So then there's not this is the dumbest fucking premise to the show.
Well, it depends on what rules are they following. Are they following what happened so that the things he does in the past have already happened? Or are they going by another route, which would be that he can alter things and thus affect the future? Which route are they taking?
Alternate dimension.
So you're casting this off, but you
No,
tell me.
I agree with Sean. Both
Didn't
those
you
things
see-
happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Doc Brown drew it on a chalkboard.
Yeah, you see alternate.
Yeah.
Oh,
To me, it seems like
that's a big difference to me.
He's gonna change the past. He's back in time. Well, then he changed it.
I don't know.
Yeah, then it already happened.
Yeah, then
You
he
can't
did.
postpone.
Yeah.
You can't stop Judgment Day.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Judgment Day already happened.
But anyway, I just see any drama or sci-fi show that NBC advertises, I just go, well, you'll cancel that in 2 episodes, so why bother? Like they give no time for anything to build an audience.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, I'm not gonna watch an NBC show ever until season 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Ever.
Honestly, and that's
Yeah.
what and that's
NBC has forced me to do that. I'm not gonna support any show you put on season 1.
You're just gonna cancel it.
F you. Yeah, you're gonna cancel it.
exactly.
It's a downward spiral because now I'm not gonna watch it.
You know what?
So it'll get
That's
canceled.
It's become a
Yeah.
joke
Though?
now. Every time we see it, we go like, "Oh, it's not gonna."
Besides
Yeah.
Lost, when was the last time you watched a primetime network show?
Oh, that
'Cause
was the last one.
that was it.
Because if
Yeah.
now there's a new drama on a network, it's like, well, no, because it'd be on HBO or Netflix now. It
Yeah,
won't
well,
be
yeah.
on the Fox or
And
NBC.
and that's what I was gonna say. What's so great about HBO is the networks don't give anything a chance to build an audience.
Yeah.
You can in 2 weeks you build an audience. It's got a steamroll. I mean, Game of Thrones was not the biggest show ever in 2 episodes. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't where it was at. You know,
Right.
Breaking Bad. It was a small
Breaking-
little show. At
Breaking Bad
first.
had no ratings the
Yeah.
first
The
season.
Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Office.
Their own show. Their own biggest show ever.
And NBC. It's so funny they don't learn their own lessons because NBC did stick with that and it paid off.
But they almost canceled it.
They
Like,
almost
last
did
second
a
they
million
did, yeah.
times, and that's what's so great about HBO is HBO will commit to their thing, no matter what it is. I mean, The Leftovers is a show that people were on in the first season. Second season was some of the best TV ever, but it got even worse ratings than the first season. But HBO is going, nah, well, we're going to give them a third season just to wrap it up. Like, they already know it's ending, but they're giving it the dignity of, like, 8 episodes to wrap it up. That's great. Now they have a complete contained thing that will always live on.
Yeah.
Hey, and not
You
only
know?
that, we said NBC doesn't learn their lessons, like with The Office. They don't learn their good lessons. They don't learn their bad lessons either. Because they have a show coming out this season. I don't remember what it's called, but it's about, like, working in a Walmart.
Oh, how-
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
This is the second season of the show.
Yeah,
Cloud
and I
Nine,
remember
or
I
Super
just
9,
watched
or-
that and
yeah.
I was like, you remember like 5 years ago they had a show about working in a call center in India? Like NBC's gimmick is just any fucking shitty job, there's your sitcom.
There's a show.
Oh, what if you worked at a call center? What if you worked in Walmart? I'm telling you, next year or 2 years, show about working in a gas station. That's on its way.
Can't wait.
The
I
most
haven't heard of half of these
mundane
shows.
career you could think of is the next NBC sitcom.
Did Fox ever let their reboot of or rebringing of X-Files like breathe? Is that
I
still
think I got
going?
just one season.
No, it was just a short thing.
It was just
Oh,
like
really?
a mini
It was
series.
how many
Was that-
seasons? It was like
6
10
episodes.
I think
or
that was
something.
technically the last thing that was. I mean, is Fox considered a network? Are they
Yeah,
number
it's a network,
4
yeah.
now?
Yeah.
But that was the last thing that like.
Fox
went
actually
and-
has a new show about San Diego.
What?
Oh, the pitch.
It's
Or
called Pitch. Yeah, it's about baseball's
Baseball?
first female pitcher. She plays for the Padres.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be.
Why
lame.
why don't the Padres have a female pitcher in real life?
Why doesn't any team in real life
can't,
have a female
I
pitcher?
can't answer that question, Gary.
Well, I can't suspend disbelief to watch the show then.
Okay.
I boycott it. But yeah, I watched the first couple episodes and I was not too into X-Files.
I heard it got better as it went.
But that's what I'm curious.
The
If
first
it got a whole
episode
season, if
was
it
bad,
did-
right?
The first episode was too heavy-handed.
That's what everyone
But
said.
as I watched,
was
like,
fun
I
to,
watched
like,
2 or
see
3
them
more,
again,
and it
but-
got more into it.
Okay. I watched like 4, I think.
But you know what? I felt like there was this kind of stink of the old X-Files. Kind of. It was just like
Trying to do the stuff again, trying to be
trying
funny
to get back in
sometimes.
touch with the '90s show, and it was like, why are we doing this?
I love
Was
seeing the
was the
opening more
reboot
than
Monster of
anything.
the Week, or did they try doing like a serial?
See, that's what I don't know. I
It
think
was much in the same way the original X-Files had this
Yeah.
arcing conspiracy that they would come back to every couple episodes. I think that's what they were doing with the miniseries. The first one was very like New World Order, and then the second one was kind of like a monster, and the third one was kind of like a monster. But I think
think
they were
the third
eventually
one-
going to come back to that New World Order thing. But I didn't stick with it, so.
was I think it was the third one in that was real different because it was either like just a straight up kind of had some slapstick stuff in it, like it was funny,
Yeah.
like the show used to be. And that one I think I liked. Maybe I just saw the first 3. But yeah, I'm curious. I guess before that, Lost, but I do not watch network television.
Let's change gears
Interesting.
some TV to movies because I saw
Yeah.
like 3 movies this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, can we take one moment?
Let's take
Real
a moment.
quick. Real quick, just want to thank our sponsor, Kickapoo Joy Juice. Our good friends at
Studio.
Kickapoo have been funding us with delicious, sodorific treats
Yeah.
every week. We don't. Again, we're not at the studio, so it's not here. So we have to
Yeah.
drink piss water.
You know
There's not
what?
much left
I
in the
was
studio
looking
either.
at something recently, maybe it's Netflix or Amazon, but I saw the movie, like this old movie, Lil Abner, and I thought to myself, that's what Kickapoo
Yeah.
is from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Whenever
right.
I see that reference, I think of it.
A little bit of
Me
history.
too. Kickapoo, it's got a long secret history within the United States. It's kind of like the counterculture beverage. Kickapoo was around back when they were doing Woodstock. That's cool.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic shit.
Fog hat.
So go
Fog
ahead,
hat.
get some. Go to drinkkickapoo.com, get a case. Follow at drinkkickapoo on Twitter if you need all the up-to-date information on where you can have a sip of your own. And you can order it on Amazon. And someone just confirmed with me that they found it at another store. And shit, now I can't remember. They emailed me.
Was it Thrifty?
I don't know what it was.
Payless shoes.
Was it
Best Buy.
Save On?
No, it
Love
was...
Boutique.
Well, people have been finding it at Beverages
Subway.
and More, Come and Go.
Bevmo, okay.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
Cracker
whoa.
Barrel.
If you got a Cracker Barrel,
Cheetos.
Shit.
start asking.
Don't drink the gravy like you want to. You drink a Kickapoo.
Yeah, have a Kickapoo.
Of course, Cracker Barrel would supply Kickapoo. Of course.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
There it is.
Cracker Barrel's good.
It's like shooting crackers in a barrel to find one. It's that easy. That was racist. I'm sorry.
So
What?
To all our white-
forgive
to all
you.
our white
Yeah, to
viewers.
white-
Yeah,
Oh, I
sorry.
didn't.
You don't know that? That
I
cracker is a
haven't heard that.
racial term?
Yeah,
heard that.
we have a lot of white viewers, so
So
I
I
wanted to
saw
correct.
Lights Out
You
this
did?
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the sequel
What's
going to
that
be
called?
Guerrilla Radio?
Heh. I made the same joke. Well, I said that the theme song will be Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah. That'd
Did you see that I posted? You saw Lights Out that I posted on my Facebook, the YouTube video.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've seen the YouTube video, the one of the
Yeah.
in the hallway.
So
yeah.
there's
Yes,
a
that-
YouTube
that was
video
good.
I
called
saw,
Lights
that
Out.
a while
I watched
ago.
that short.
That's the
Yeah.
same director.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He made that YouTube video, and it got so popular, he got pulled to Hollywood. And they
Oh.
gave him a movie
That's,
deal.
that's what got me excited about.
Yeah, and that's
it
what this
coming out.
movie
That
is based
short
on.
was good, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Watch the YouTube short. The movie is a Hollywood horror movie that
Really?
is just like,
E.
I think we need to set some ground rules. Things you cannot have in horror movies anymore. Your mom, anything to do with a mental institution, or your mom was once in a mental institution, get over it, okay?
Yeah.
We've
They
done
did
it.
that in Psycho. Fucking 45 years ago. And they've done it like every year in every movie ever since. And that's a major part of this movie. This movie's just filled with cliches. You know, like the little kid can't sleep, so he's like tired in class because he's afraid to go to sleep at night. It's like, that's the plot of Nightmare on Elm Street. But basically, most of all, I just felt like the short was good in its vagueness of like, what the fuck's going on? And when they try to attach a story to the monster and explain it to you, it's like,
It kind of loses its charm.
Yeah.
Poltergeist 2
I mean,
did
like-
that.
don't care.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
need it.
Even I could say that about, I don't know if it's exactly the same thing because I haven't seen it, but the original Silent Hill movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think as a video game adaptation, it
so
wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
super fucking good.
It was-
But even that
I
gets,
think that was like the best video game.
Yeah.
It is, but
adaptation
it's
out
still
Probably.
mediocre to me.
it's still
Yeah, it's
it's
a
still
video
an
game
averagey
movie.
movie.
Still a video game movie.
But that's what I was gonna say. It hit a point later where there was like a real big info dump
Yeah.
explanation part where they're explaining why the weird shit is happening or this or
Yeah.
that or whatever. And that was, I remember something like, man, if this movie just didn't have that and it kind of let me just figure all this out, that would have been a lot cooler.
Some things are scarier, especially in horror.
If I just didn't understand.
I
don't
think
get
in
it.
horror, especially, some things are better if they're left in the realm of the unknown,
Yeah.
or explainable.
Don't show everything. Don't, especially with the monster.
Yeah, you kind of put all
Like-
the pieces here, and like they don't quite connect. The audience has to fill in the gaps. I feel like that's better than like, now let me tell you why they're being
And they can
haunted.
also fill in
Yeah.
the worst fears
Hey,
in the gaps.
And,
Exactly.
hey, let's be real. I mean, I'm just saying my favorite horror movie of all time is still The Shining.
Yeah.
And I still can't tell you really what the horror was. You know, it's like I don't have a definitive answer. I have ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't, you know,
And
it's
this
like
Lights Out was actually pretty good compared to some of the horror movies I've seen. There were parts that made me jump, and it never got to a point of super ludicrousness where I was checked out like, end this fucking movie. I was watching it being like, all right, a little bit bad. But the ghost monster thing in it talks.
Oh, fun.
And
English.
and yeah, clear like direct sentences. I think at one point somebody points a gun at the entity and you hear it go, "That won't hurt me."
That's so stupid.
Exactly.
oh, that's terrible.
See, like the movie Paranormal Activity, I love that
The originals.
movie. The
The
original
first
Paranormal
one,
Activity, and
That's the next one on my
Watch it,
list.
so
Actually, I
good.
want to
it
watch
doesn't
that.
show anything, and I
Yeah.
love that.
Those
the
footprints
latest,
are all you
the-
need.
The most recent one,
Ghost Dimension or
Ghost
whatever?
Dimension. They're
Galaxy?
in their tagline is "This time you'll see the activity."
No!
And it's like I don't want to see the fucking ghosts.
Post good movie era, here we are.
I don't like understand why the need to show you everything, because your mind is way scarier than whatever they can show you.
Speaking of horror films, one thing I'm like I don't know. They're making.
Hey, I want to get back to that. Just save that point. Why do we have to show you everything? I'm gonna get back to that, but go ahead.
No, they're coming out with the new Blair Witch. Comes out like October.
Yeah.
Really?
But it's by like the guys that did like You're Next, like Adam Wingard and
people saw it
Simon
at Comic-Con,
Gard. It's
saw
by
it.
like good horror
Yeah.
filmmakers,
Yeah.
and so they know what they're doing. But like the best thing about Blair Witch is they don't explain anything, they don't show anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
This new Blair Witch is getting kind of good reviews, but again, it's just from the Comic-Con audience. I don't know.
Yeah, people
But,
at
like,
Comic-Con who said
Yeah.
they saw
Yeah.
it. Well, first of all, they walked in not knowing it's Blair
Yep.
Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They walked in thinking it was some other horror
It
movie.
was
That's
really
how I
happened to be
found
that.
out about Blair Witch was at Comic-Con. I think no, that was The Ring. Never mind.
That's
Yeah.
too. But yeah, everyone I talked to said it was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
Again, people at Comic-Con now.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, again, it's technically not a reboot, whatever. It's supposed to like take off where it's like the group of friends are looking for the group of friends, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do they disavow Blair Witch too?
Yeah,
yeah.
Blair Witch
Oh.
2 is not canon.
That
It
is
follows
canon.
the Blair
Can I
Witch
say
1.
though that I love that movie for what it is?
But
Fuck, that
Shadows?
movie
Yeah.
sucks.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Blair Witch 2?
Yeah, so I don't
Oh.
know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. But yeah,
Great
if they stick with
soundtrack.
that. What the other?
Cool.
I
I saw 2 other movies. I saw The Ruins, which is on I think HBO Go. Do you remember that movie? It's like 2008.
No.
You know what? The Ruins it's billed as a horror movie. It's not really that scary, but it's kind of like an interesting mystery. A bunch of kids go through Mexico. They're on vacation. They want to go to this Mayan ruin.
Okay, yeah.
But when they get to the ruin, they're surrounded by all these Mexican guys, Mayans maybe, who are super violent towards them and chase them up and they chase them up to the top of the ruins,
Like
but they
Resident
won't
Evil 4
but they
kind of
won't
guys?
follow them up there.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
and the people like don't know like these people are like they're gonna kill us, but they won't come up here. We don't know what's going on. And it's about the ruins, what's happening. I don't want to spoil it for you, but
I'll check that out.
Was it
cool.
was it cool? It's written by the same guy who wrote Sam Raimi's A Simple Plan, which was like a really dark, cool movie. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
okay, so here's the
I never
thing.
saw that
that's
though.
good.
The Ruins is definitely about something, and you don't know what that thing is
Okay.
going in. It's the kind of movie where when you finally find out, oh, this is what it's about, you're either going to be like, all right, I'm into it, or you're going to say, fuck this. Give me a fucking break.
All
It is like a very
Okay.
decisive. Some people say it's a good movie, and other people say like, nah, not my cup of tea. But you don't know what that thing is until about halfway through the movie. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'll check that out.
I'll let you guys
Is it
check
on
it out.
Netflix?
I saw it on HBO Go. So
Oh, okay.
Another really good horror movie is kind of similar is The Descent. Did you ever see
Yeah,
The
I
Descent?
I like that.
Descent.
I really
I've
like
never
it.
seen
That's
that.
the one monster, and it's a bunch of girls are like
Yeah,
spelunking.
yeah.
Spelunking
Yeah.
in a cave. I did not like that movie, but that's just me.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
But
I like a good monster flick, and that had like a lot of practical makeup effects. I remember actually talking about that probably on the podcast when it came out.
the monsters look good. But
Yeah.
just the girl's story didn't do it for me.
No,
I
no,
saw
no.
one other movie this weekend. One of the best, greatest, worst movies of all time.
Oh,
I saw a good
okay.
movie.
It is
Is it trauma?
one of the most awful movies ever made. I actually was amazed at how much I enjoyed watching this piece of dog shit.
So you hated it, but you enjoyed watching it.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh.
no, let me say,
No. Okay, he says no.
I liked it.
Oh, he
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I liked
I
it.
understood you
All
until
right,
you corrected
for how
yourself.
bad it was, I'm gonna say
What is it? What is it?
Unfriended.
Oh shit!
Is that the
I
one that's
watched
it's like over
MTV
Skype and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Unfriended.
I saw that.
You
I
saw
want no. I saw it. I heard about it.
The
And
Skype horror movie.
I want to.
Let me
it's a
tell
Skype
you-
horror
Too
movie. I
spooky
want
for
to
me.
see that.
I didn't know this going in. Unfriended is the main character's computer screen. The movie
Yeah.
opens like made by Paramount. Cut to a computer screen.
Desktop.
And for
What's the
90
desktop?
minutes, it is a single shot of her computer screen.
What the fuck?
She goes to live links in the opening scene, and there's like a video of a suicide caught on tape. She full screens it. You watch that video. You don't even know it's a girl at first. And she pauses it. Person goes to Netflix. YouTube, and they watch some videos like posted about the person who committed suicide. Then they get a Skype call, and it's them Skyping. You finally see the main character when they turn on their own camera. and then they get a group Skype, and that is the rest of the movie. A group Skype.
Yeah, and this is produced by MTV Films, right?
I don't think so.
I think they published
Did it have the
but all
astronauts
they did
together?
was distribute it.
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
make it.
Is
But
that-
just
Okay,
so that setup kind of, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it. It devolved into like one of the shittiest like high schoolers wrote this movie. It seems like it's about people in high school, but it's this classic mistake of shitty writing, where you write high schoolers, but they're doing all this crazy college level or above shit. Like these people are talking about like, ooh, I'm looking forward to prom. But then later on in the movie, you find out like, oh, you were a drug dealer. Remember that time when you roofied that girl? Or remember that time when you fucking tried to kill that person? And I'm just thinking like, okay, you guys were talking about how fun prom is gonna be like 5 minutes ago.
They don't seem like the type to roofie and then.
They must have been a really cool.
I'm gonna kind of spoil it a little bit. I'm not gonna give it all away, but I'm gonna tell you what.
Please don't spoil. I'm gonna check.
A girl at school committed suicide that they all know 1 year ago. Tonight's the anniversary, and suddenly
Dude, it's like I know what you did last
suddenly they're in a group Skype call, and they have a mystery person in the call. They don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's a hacker. They keep like recalling each other, but the person keeps coming in, and slowly they start to think it's the ghost of the dead girl. Remember a moment ago, you're like, why does every movie need to show you everything?
Yeah.
This is the worst case of telling you what's happening and not showing you, because at one point, the main character on her computer screen goes to like spookyhauntingsforum.net
I always go there.
and finds
Great site.
finds a thread called like never answer messages from a dead person. Which, by the way, she's on Facebook the whole movie, Facebooking this dead person.
Yeah.
And then it's like she scrolls down, and it's like in giant size 72 font, like, ghosts are real, and ghosts can possess you, and ghosts can force you to commit suicide. And she just reads that, and she's like, oh, fuck! And she gets back on, she talks to her boyfriend, she's like, oh my god, I think this ghost is gonna possess us! And then, like, later on, she goes back to the forum and scrolls past a bunch of tiny, written out posts to another size 72 post. The only way to combat a ghost that is possessing you is to confess your sins. And I'm just like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm just like, they're
This is a fucking Google
literally
answer.
spelling it out for you. In Unfriended, they literally put text on the screen that tells you what the bad guy is doing. And there are so many levels of shit that doesn't make sense. One character dies, and it was a fucking comedy. You couldn't have a funnier scene in a comedy movie if you tried. It's like some fat kid's on Skype, and suddenly like the mystery call like turns into a camera shot, and it's like of his room behind him. Oh fuck. So he like gets up and he walks over to where this camera might be, and in the mystery person's shot, you see him like getting close to the camera, and then he just stares for a minute. And then all the cameras cut out. It goes black. And all his friends are like, oh no. Where'd he go? Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And this was in the trailer. It cuts back for half a second. It comes on. The fat kid has a blender and he's sticking his hand into it. Just, oh my God. And then it cuts back out.
Oh, the old Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it cuts back, and then it cuts back in, and it's like him like slamming his face on it. Oh, jeez, oh, Jesus! And then it cuts out, and they never see him again.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
And it's like that level slapstick, like, wow, the ghost possessed him and made him put his hand into a blender. Oh, it's fucking evil.
I can just imagine him as like fist in a blender, like, oh!
Hey, it is so awful. Like, it is a laugh riot.
I'm watching
the
it. I'm
kitchen.
watching it.
Please,
Did
everybody.
you watch it on a computer screen?
I think it's
Get the richer
no,
experience.
honestly. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, let me tell you, it was made to be watched on a computer
Hell
screen.
yeah.
If you could do that, because I watched it on a TV in the corner of my room, and half the shit I couldn't read. They're doing Facebook messages, and I'm like, I can't read what you're typing because I'm laying in my bed
crazy.
across the screen. Like, could you full screen that? But it was garbage. I recommend it.
I'll check it out.
Unfriended, check it
Yeah,
out.
I definitely will.
Oh,
Actually,
and,
I'll watch that.
I want to talk more about it after you've seen it.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to talk about the twist ending.
Ooh.
I really want you to see Escape from L.A.
Okay.
Because of the ending, where the end fight is.
Have you
Okay.
ever seen that?
I've never seen Escape from L.A., New York, any of
It's
that.
garbage, but I love it.
Okay.
Like,
New York's great.
I don't-
That's the-
LA's.
New
I've never
York's the
seen New
first
York.
one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I've only
Yeah.
seen the first
New York's
one.
I
great.
think that-
LA's just
Hey,
fucking there.
you know what?
Yeah.
Everything that's wrong with Escape from LA is also wrong in Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Except Escape from New York was made in the early 80s, so it's like extra wrong.
Yeah.
I actually don't like Escape from New York, but I haven't seen it in a few years. So.
Escape from LA is like Johnny Mnemonic to me.
Yeah.
It's just super cheesy.
It's
and corny.
cheesy, but
The CG is so bad.
Yeah.
but it's
Steve
a little
Buscemi's in
bit
it.
like
Yeah.
it's a little bit like gruesome and macabre. There's like stuff in it that's a little bit edgy that makes it cool.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I know about those movies is you got a main character named Snake, right?
Yeah,
Snake
Plissken.
Plissken.
Which
Yeah.
reminds me, let's talk about the big thing that happened in the
Oh, yeah.
in the game industry
Ooh.
this week. The
Oh, yeah.
the
Snake's
shockwave,
back.
the shockwave rippled through the video gaming community
Tearing
as
fans
we
in half.
got a new Metal Gear in a post Kojima age.
What?
Yeah.
Were you not
Games-
around for this?
Gamescom.
He was too busy firing his gardener.
Was you not? Maybe it was the day you weren't there.
You're not
I don't
following
know
up
what
on
you're talking
Gamescom?
about.
Konami
They
announced a new Metal Gear.
What?
It is
Yeah.
called Metal Gear Survive.
Okay.
We had such a long conversation about
I know.
this.
Yeah.
I just want to rehab the conversation
Yeah,
we already had
yeah.
about how Konami missed the point essentially of Metal Gear. But yeah, we'll get into it right now.
Metal
What
Gear
were you gonna say?
Survive.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I wish I had shown Sean the trailer because I was like eager for your 2 cents. I swore we would have. Man, I can't believe we never talked about it. It is a game where at the end of, I mean, you played Phantom Pain. You never
No,
played
it'll be new for
you
you.
never played Ground Zeroes.
no.
Well, how Ground Zeroes ended was that your base got blown up,
Right.
and that's how Phantom Pain starts. It's been 9 years. You've been in a
Right,
coma. You
right.
remember that, the
I do.
hospital bed and all
Yes.
that. In that 9-year period, it shows what this new game is. It takes place between them. The base has been blown up, and you see Snake and all them fly away on their helicopter. And your soldiers on the base. They're like, what? A portal opens up that sucks you into an alternate universe.
What the fuck?
And it's a bunch of
Monsters.
zombies. It's zombies.
With like no heads and like rotting
Yeah,
horns.
it's zombies, and it's a
Yeah.
multiplayer
It's a
game.
4-player
Soldiers
co-op.
where you're killing the zombies.
Yeah.
That is so
Metal Gear
awesome.
Survive.
That's so fucking awesome. because they know what they're doing, right? That's gotta be a joke. It's gotta be a joke.
No, they're just capitalizing.
They know
on
what they're
the-
doing.
Yeah, they know what
They know
they're
what
doing.
they're doing.
I don't think it's a joke.
Well, okay, it's not a joke,
There's no
but
joke.
they thought like, how can we fucking shit on Kojima harder? I know.
What I will say is funny about this, and I actually give him credit for this, is okay, we're doing the first Metal Gear without Kojima involved. Okay, as soon as we can, throw this into another fucking dimension. Okay, like that was priority one. Like, what do we do about the Metal Gear storyline and the portal opens up and it's funny. Which I've seen some people attack this game using that. Now I have my own personal attacks for it, but
And we're going to get into that momentarily.
people using the alternate dimension thing as like right there, it's stupid. Is that crazy for Metal Gear? Metal Gear is so full of crazy shit. Don't hate it. I used the example. It's before, but it's like Indiana Jones. Yeah, Crystal Skull. That movie sucked. Aliens, right? And it's like Aliens were not even the fucking problem with that movie.
there's so many
there are
other
so many
things.
worse things about that movie.
Let me. I want to get into
so, yeah.
like my main issue. Why I feel like this missed the point of Metal Gear. I feel like this trailer is like. First of all, it's fucking blasé. It is every game that already exists, every Call of Duty, everything that is a Warzone game that is not Metal Gear Solid. They took all those elements and put it in Metal Gear Solid, and in my opinion, kind of took a shit on what Metal Gear Solid stood for. Which I think, and maybe I'm incorrect, but I always felt like Metal Gear Solid was a story ultimately of non-violence. Hear me out.
Yes.
It's a very violent game. If you choose to play it violently, that's your choice. But Solid Snake, his weapon is the tranquilizer gun. And they very much encourage you to use that. You get a special achievement. It's almost like if you can go through the whole game just tranquilizing people, that's the true way to play the game.
Yeah, it's usually the first weapon they give you.
It's the first weapon they
Yeah.
give you, and it's the only one you need. They specifically designed those games to where you can beat this game being completely non-lethal.
That's still my main sub weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
All the time.
And kind of the theme of Metal Gear Solid is the Metal Gear is the ultimate, most destructive weapon on Earth.
Literally,
It is like a man-made monster with nuclear capabilities. And the most insanely violent warmongering people have control of it. So you, as the hero, are Solid Snake. You're not afraid of those people, even though they have the ultimate weapon on Earth. You're not afraid of them. You come in with a non-lethal weapon.
The most non-lethal.
Most non-lethal weapon, and you single-handedly are going to disarm them. You're going to save the day. You're going to make the world safe. So you're coming from this point of very confident hero. I don't need to kill anybody. I'm just going to stop you because you're crazy and you're evil. Throw all that out the fucking window with Metal Gear Survive. Oh, fucking monsters are coming. They're gonna get us down. And it's like fucking machine guns and fucking
exploding arrows.
And let me just say this too.
Hold on. Let me
yeah.
just round up my point.
Yeah.
You went from being a confident, fearless, non-lethal hero to a fucking scared, like, oh, you're back against mine. We gotta fucking kill everything that moves. And like, that's the opposite of what Metal Gear stood for.
Yeah, and it also, I mean, not even in the past maybe 2 weeks, on this very podcast set, I think we were here, I talked about how, can we get the fucking Marines out of the... Like, I know there's soldiers in Metal Gear, like, Phantom Pain, soldiers are inherent to the story and all that stuff. But here we are, now it's the heart of another game. Give me my fucking 12 gauge and shove it in your fucking face. I'm a fucking Marine. I'm a fucking soldier. You know, it's like... But anyway, regarding to what you said about, like, the message of nonviolence, I just want to say, one, when we pitched a video a long time ago to Kojima to do a cameo in, it involved him shooting people with a gun, and he said no, because I don't send that message. He literally said that. That he always wants to send a message of nonviolence. So that's one, okay. But two... People will always bring up... I mean, I think most people are kind of down on this game anyway, but there are some people who were like, you know, in bringing up what you just brought up, will go, well, what about Metal Gear Rising? That wasn't solid, and it had him hacking up a bunch of shit. Two things about that. One, I don't think any human violence in that. It's all robots. But two, let's say whatever. Two, his violence is portrayed as a problem. It's never in that game as, fuck yeah, you fucking did it, man. It's fucking cut some dicks off, bro.
They're not robots.
It's portrayed as an issue with his character.
That's going to lead into my next point.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Rising was kind of about how Raiden realized, like, oh, I've been, like, bred to be this soldier. Maybe that's not the best thing for me. And it's kind of like, who are the soldiers? They are the people who are actually doing the fighting. The decision is with them, you know? And I felt like Kojima always takes time to make the villains, and even just the, you know, even in Metal Gear Solid 5, it was set in Afghanistan in a real world place, and he took care to make the villains set in the real world with, like, real motivations, and you could understand, like, how all of this affected the huge world. This one is literally faceless villains. Like, they rip the faces off their villains, and they're just like, they're gonna kill you, so you better kill them first. And it's just so watered down. That's all.
I think that's all it comes down to.
Well, Konami fired their creative mastermind behind all of it. This game is just like a 3-year-old could write this game. Like, it's nothing.
Well, yeah, I think
this game
or
is...
the premise. I don't know the game itself, but the premise of it sounds like, I mean, if that's what it is, then it's like, well, tell any little kid, what do you want? I want to kill zombies. Okay, there you go. Like,
with my friends.
Yeah,
I don't
with upgradable weapons.
I don't even think it's a matter of, like, there are not people who know what they're doing working on it, because I'm sure there are still really talented developers over there, but Konami has proven time and time again that without a key person to kind of sum it all up, they can't really get it together, and they haven't done anything in the over a decade, maybe two, without a big director like Kojima that has even turned out.
I will say that no matter what this game was, people would be pissed. No matter what.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, so why not make it the base thing that everyone wants? Well, not everyone, but the kids want right now. Because everyone...
Minecraft.
Yeah, they want to shoot zombies and they want upgradable weapons.
Yeah, sure.
So why not? Everyone's already fucking pissed anyways. Just slap the name on it and then just do this and you're done.
The Fox engine costs so much
I'll
to make.
answer that.
They gotta use it for
I have
something.
the answer.
Yeah.
Just like we are now in the post-good movie era, we are moving into the post-good video game era.
Exactly.
They are doing the same thing they do with movies, which is Metal Gear Survive is not a Metal Gear game. It's a multiplayer zombie survival game that has the thinnest tie to Metal Gear.
Sure.
But that thin attachment is there
to
market it to you.
All the marketing they need.
Yeah. And that is the same mentality they do with big budget movies, and that's what they're going to start doing with video games. And that's kind of sad, frankly.
They did it a few months ago with Resident Evil
Umbrella Chronicles,
whatever.
Or Umbrella Core. I played it on the PBS
Same thing.
a few
It
times.
was like 25-year anniversary of Resident Evil. Here you go. This is what you want, and it's shoot fucking zombies.
Not even that. It's like multiplayer Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
It's like trying to be a Counter-Strike game with the weirdest top-down thing after you die.
Yeah.
And there's zombies in there, but they don't really come get you unless you're damaged. It sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But as a hardcore Resident Evil fan, I pre-ordered it. I have a physical copy of it.
Oh, shit.
And I've played it a few times, and I've had fun with it.
So then,
now,
same thing with Metal Gear.
All right, let me ask you.
Okay.
If it wasn't a Resident Evil game, do you think you would have done that?
No.
There you go.
Will you play this game?
Yes.
This Metal Gear.
So that's what I was gonna say. So the morning all the news. Actually, we saw Kevin and I were driving back really late from somewhere, and it was at Gamescom, so the time zones and all that. Yeah, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden that came over. It's like there's a new Metal Gear trailer. What the hell's going on? And so we watched it. And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, And anyway, I went to bed. I woke up the next day and opened Twitter, and it was so funny because my entire Twitter timeline was like all these industry people I know literally posting like roll eyes emojis and going like, "Oh God, thinking of our friend Kojima today. Oh my God, thinking of that, thinking of that." And amidst all that, Garrett was going, "Oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it."
Yeah, I thought I had a very mildly positive tweet, which kind of slammed the fact that I don't want a definitive edition that's supposed to come out at the end of the year as well.
I don't care
in it
about
too.
That.
You know, I mean, unless that has Chapter 3 in it, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want Ground Zero. I'm not gonna. Well, here's the thing. As a huge Metal Gear fan, I might buy Ground Zero's package with Phantom Pain just to stick on the shelf.
Yeah. Sure,
but
as a collector, sure.
There's two game franchises that I am absolutely in love with. That's Resident Evil and that's Metal Gear. And I've played everything that those characters have ever shown up in. I've got all the Marvel vs. Capcom games for Jill and Chris. And I've got the Metal Gear Acid spin-offs. And I've got the Smash Brothers game because Snake was in it. So, like we talked about those shitty Resident Evil games, I'll get Survive. And I am optimistic about it because I haven't seen any gameplay yet. If it's by the team who did anything or has anything to do with what Metal Gear Online has been.
Yeah, you play that a ton.
I play it weekly. I mean, I play it regularly. Yeah. I still play Phantom Pain. I'm still going on over 400 hours in that game.
Yeah.
That is by far my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. And the online stuff is fun too. When the trailer happened, I was kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
I've known for a year Mom and Dad got a divorce.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were together for like 16 years of my childhood, and I got great fucking Christmas presents every year. Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear 4. When Konami and Kojima were together, the magic fucking happened. Mm. But I've known that they got a divorce a fucking year ago, and I know that Dad went off and is going to make some shit with Sony, and I know that Mom is going to keep making some shit called Metal Gear. I just know that's how a company operates.
But you know with Christmas you want to go to.
At Christmas? No, Kevin. That's the fucking brilliance. That's the fucking brilliance, Kevin. At Christmas, I get 2 fucking presents now. Whoa. I'm gonna get Death Stranding.
You get a calculator or an amazing game.
And Death Stranding is gonna be fucking great, but as a huge Metal Gear fan, I'll still tune in to see what this game is. And I haven't seen gameplay yet, so I'll remain optimistic, and I'm gonna play both. But, like, Death Stranding is what I am very much more excited
I'm
for.
so stoked.
At my heart of hearts, I've been a Kojima fan, and I support him along the way.
Doesn't it just feel like this isn't a Metal Gear game?
No, it is not. But I've known it's going to happen for a year.
But why do
And it could be so much worse. Because they could try to retell a Solid Snake story, or they could try to retell the story of the Cobra
worse,
unit
to be fair,
in World War II and, like, shit all over.
Yeah, they immediately announced Metal Gear 6.
They're not fucking up his storyline, which is I think what hardcore fan bases would
that's
appreciate.
kind of what I'm saying. Like, if this game wasn't called Metal Gear, it would have nothing to do with Metal Gear.
Exactly.
So slapping the title on it doesn't make it a Metal Gear game.
But that's just what a big ass company like Konami's going to do. And
it would never sell if
that's what Capcom did.
Yeah.
And that's what Square does. They put out Final Fantasy shit that's like music games. It's like has nothing to, like it's just a way to make money as a company. And if you're a hardcore fan of, I love all my guys from Mother Base. I put them in there in Peace Walker. They lived there. They breathed there. And then in Ground Zeroes, the fucking whole thing burned down. And that was like a big thing in the game that really affects you as a player. So now to find out that I can relive with some, familiarity. It looks like the universe. It's in the Fox engine.
Right.
It's got the references.
Yeah.
It's like playing, Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy. It wasn't a good Resident Evil
Was
game.
I the only one who was disappointed that the female was not like overly sexualized? Like where was the crazy Kojima bikinis?
I got a Ghostbusters.
Wasn't that
spin.
the first thing you said?
Hey, seriously?
We watched the trailer.
I don't want to come off as sexist, whatever. But this chick comes out in full fucking armor, and I'm like, that's not a Kojima game, because he would have put her in some crazy bikini with like tentacle arms or some shit.
I think it's gonna be very character customizable. So
Probably.
I think if it's the team that's bringing you the MGO stuff, all those tactical bikinis should be in there.
Tactical bikinis.
I don't need tactical bikinis, but I feel like that is what Kojima brings, like characters that are
everything's heightened.
Yeah.
Characters that are
Everything's
outside the norm of what's expected for a military video game. And now that he's gone, it's like the people at Konami are like, finally, we can get rid of that weird shit.
Well, we'll see. I mean, again, we've only gotten the little trailer.
Soldier.
About it, so who knows?
Machine gun. Oh, this is a good game already.
To be fair, they got sucked into an alternate dimension in the trailer, so they're a little weird. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes, given that. But
I'll admit, like, it is generic looking, like you're gonna fight waves of things, but
that's
I don't
my
know
issue.
yet because we haven't seen.
Yeah, they
gameplay.
just announced.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
The trailers, cutscene stuff. So fingers crossed.
For me, it's just funny because for me, I have a very different perspective on it. It's what you said. Like you made your peace with like, okay, when all the Kojima stuff went down, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be, we're going to get, like you said, the divorce is going to happen. You knew that going in.
Yeah.
My mentality when I played Phantom Pain was, this is the end of Metal Gear for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I flat out played that game going, I won't play another one, because for me, and this is just me, but I've never played anything else that was so tied to one person. Final Fantasy is one thing, but there have been artists in and out of that series. Yoshitaka Amano did amazing stuff, but so did Nomura and this. It's such a cacophony of people. There isn't one voice that like, oh, they're gone, so I can't play. Although I will say, I think it's been shittier without Sakaguchi. It has been, but there's still other factors. But Metal Gear is, I felt like the soul of one guy, and it's not there, so I don't care.
This new Metal Gear game, I feel the same way when I hear they're making a new Han Solo movie and they're getting a new actor to play it. And I think to myself, it's like...
Is that real?
Yeah,
it's real.
Hey, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, and
It's
I think
a Han Solo trilogy.
And I think to myself, it's like...
Kids will like it, I guess.
You don't have the right to do that. You didn't create that. That's not the actor. I know you spent more money than I'll ever see in my life to legally be able to put the name on this movie, but you don't have the right to create that. That's just not a right
but
you
they
have.
own it.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
and I know. Hey, I know.
They
They
own
paid
it, and
so
kids
much money.
are gonna. It's for
I know.
kids now.
They own
We're
it.
too old.
And it's a beautiful thing that they own it, and I will pat them on the back and shake their hand.
Make a new thing.
But they don't have the fucking right to make a Han Solo movie. You're not George Lucas, and I know George Lucas, he sucks, he's old. He made Han Solo. That's his creation. Han Solo exists, and you love that creation so much, you want to make that creation and put your own name on it and be like, look, I made it too, and it's just as good. Fuck off.
No,
You
they're
can't.
making,
Sorry.
they're making prequels to
Yeah,
it, too.
and I feel the same way about this Metal Gear game. It's like, hey, Kojima made Metal Gear. Isn't it wonderful? You're not Kojima. You're never going to be him.
Yeah.
You're never going to be him. Sorry.
Nice try.
You can spend all the money in the world. You're never going to be him. And that's just it.
Anything from here on out will never be what Perfect Storm we got.
Yeah. So end it.
Yeah, you don't... I mean...
but
no,
in all reality, who expects them to go, okay, let's package
I know, but that's how I vote. I don't play it.
It's true. You own
It's
it.
true.
So
It's true.
you own it. Go kill it.
Go
fuck
butcher it. Yeah.
Go butcher it. But
So
Go make money off it.
So but anyway, so that was my mentality. When I played 5, I was like, well, they're going to keep this going without him, and I'm not interested. So that was it. But I was going to say, too, in saying that, I have had a lot of people tell me, like, yeah, but come on, like, he didn't want to make Metal Gear anymore. But it's like, well, yeah, no, I didn't even want another Metal Gear from Kojima. I wanted that to end there, and it did. So
I wonder, even if he stayed at Konami,
I'm glad. Yeah.
There probably wouldn't have been another Metal Gear. I mean, he wanted to quit after what, 3?
Yeah, I mean, after every game he kept saying it was the last one.
So
I'm happy he's making an original game.
He wanted to work on a new game.
Finally, he's unchained from that franchise in a sense.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Moving on to his new thing.
No, it's not like this being unchained. It's like he has no other option. You know, like he can't do Metal Gear anymore. So now,
but it's what he's wanted.
He's wanted, yeah.
It's what he's
exactly.
wanted.
So
yeah, but you know what? 10 years from now, he could have come back to it. Set Metal Gear in the 90s.
And hey, when it's business, nothing is set in stone, man.
No.
And if there's cash on the fucking table in 10 years, and he comes to write and direct, and someone's publishing a big company that's not Sony in the future, who knows? But yeah, I mean, right now it's interesting times.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where it stands. That's where it is.
Heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff. Heavy
Way to
stuff.
end it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, though, I have to say, I have to get this out there. There are people that we still like at Konami. It's not like this is whatever. We have great friends there, and I know there's a lot of talented people there. Hey, people ask me all the time, like, because they know we worked with them, like, oh, how hard was it to work with them? How da 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 da. Well, I understand there's horrible things in business. We never got any of that. We had great people working with us and all kinds of stuff. So that's not any kind of dig on them. It's just a bit,
on both sides.
This is an uncomfortable move all around.
Nothing but positivity working with Kojima himself as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And everyone at Konami. On both sides, we have nothing but great opportunities.
But it has nothing to do with that. It's just more this kind of move and how to what to think about it. So whatever. We'll see how things look as they actually show us the game later and things like that. But that's where I stand on it. I think we all have kind of said. I'm curious what you'll see once you actually.
It's a discount too.
See the thing.
It's not full price.
That's what I was gonna say.
$30, $39 or
$24.
I do think they are playing that side. I do think they are playing.
Well, now
that.
this is a smart move.
See,
I don't know what to
I was gonna say I do think they are handling that aspect of it smarter than they could have.
You know they're gonna step on the name. I think they're stepping as lightly as they can.
Yeah. To see how it goes.
As lightly as they can.
To see how it goes.
Honestly, I don't care.
People in the chat saying Batman, I say you don't have the right to take over somebody else's creation. Well, maybe I stand corrected then, because Batman got better over time. When new people got involved. But, to be fair, that took about 70 years to get that right.
And now Affleck's fucking it up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Then they got shitty again. I don't know what to think.
There's some things that are just not as defined by one guy. I don't feel like, Batman has, a very established creator, and actually even that, there's some argument. But it took kind of lots of cooks to make Batman
what's fun
what
about
it
Batman,
is.
even comics, through this lens.
Yeah, and Batman wasn't what it is today at all without a lot of people.
He used to kill people with guns.
And I still think Metal Gear isn't like Metal Gear was the voice of one guy. Yeah. So that's why I just can't get behind this. But whatever.
Good point. Batman was always a collaborative effort. It wasn't one guy writing it and then he drew it and then he published it. It was
artists, pencilers.
Yeah, for years and years and years, and it took decades to get it to a point of awesomeness. Yeah, Metal Gear was the brainchild
of one person.
Yeah, one guy's
as was Han Solo. Back to where I was. Cool.
Oh man. Hey, speaking of that Han Solo thing, remember that movie Tetro? That Francis Ford Coppola put out just independently.
Yeah.
I finally watched that last weekend. It was really good.
He funded it with his wine.
Yeah, honestly, $15 million of his wine money.
He really did. He was like, I want to make my own independent movie. I don't want anyone else to put any money into it.
Was it good?
It was, for a little small movie, it was great. Did you ever see it?
Tetro.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, that guy still has chops, and it's funny. You don't hear about him anymore at all. It's like, he's done.
All his fucking kids.
American Zoetrope was way up there back in the day, man.
But it wasn't bad. But anyway, it's Vincent Gallo and then a younger kid who tries to get in touch with him. They're brothers, and his younger brother tries to get in touch with him. And he's a really good-looking, younger dude. He's like probably early 20s, good-looking guy, real suave dude. And he's Han Solo. That's who they cast.
No
and I'm
shit.
looking at this, and the weekend before I watched The Conversation, which had a young Harrison Ford. So I'm like, Coppola just keeps finding these young Han Solos.
No kidding.
Anyway.
That guy was in the Coen Brothers' most recent movie.
Yes.
Oh, he played the fucking cowboy.
Yeah.
He was great in that.
He was great in
He's
that.
really good.
Yeah.
He's really
Okay,
good.
no, nothing against that actor, but
No,
I
yeah.
mean...
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Well, I can't. Who's playing Chewie?
Yeah, who's going to be young
The
Chewie?
same oh, it's gonna be young.
I could be young
Does
Chewie.
Peter
Yeah,
Mayhew have a
it's
son?
Pup Chewie. He's little. Han Solo should be taller than
Just
Chewie.
cast
Oh.
a dog.
Oh, that would be
Shit.
cool.
Well,
Little
yeah.
puppy.
Okay, I got chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate
CG.
lab.
No, do him CG this time.
Yeah.
Have a chocolate lab
cheaper.
on its hind feet.
Yeah.
You know, if the Han Solo movie isn't good, there'll be another Star Wars movie the year after that for the rest of time.
Yeah,
So
but
you'll
it's
get
too
over
many.
it.
You're
For the rest of
I
time.
wonder.
Get
I
over
wonder how much they're going to cool off on the Star Wars like spin-offs and things
They
being
won't.
every year. Well, hold on, because the Avengers.
Shut up.
They scheduled all the Avengers movies
Yeah.
for however many years coming
Yeah.
up, and they just
Unscheduled them?
they were about to do the next Avengers was going to be the Infinity War Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Part 1 was coming one year and Part 2 was coming another, and they just scrapped that. They just said just do the one and that's it.
Yeah.
You're already starting to see them go, okay.
Well, now that
Time to
X-Men
think of new
fucking
shit.
bombed and Suicide Squad...
I think they're cooling down, and I'm wondering if they'll cool down on Star Wars. I guess
Oh,
we'll
or
I guess
ramp
we'll
up.
see.
Oh,
I guess
now
we'll
we're
see how
going
Rogue
versus-
One does.
Hey, less comics, more sci-fi
I think-
shit. Blade Runner, aliens, all
Yeah.
that shit's coming.
I
back.
think X-Men made them the money they were looking to make. I do not think that was a bomb.
I think it was a
It,
bomb.
I don't know if it flopped, but like that was like what?
Yeah,
7,
I don't know
8
if any of
X-Men
these
movies? I
flopped
think it was just
as much
like,
as
I
they
think
just
the
didn't
Marvel
blow
stuff
up.
still does
But it's
what they
like Fox.
expect it
It's
to
not
do.
like Disney
I think,
Marvel.
I think that their expectations are really, really high.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah.
half a
They think
billion
it. Yeah, they
dollars.
just think if it's a superhero movie, what the fuck is Aquaman gonna do?
Oh, it's
Well,
gonna be so good.
DC's
It's
never-
gonna be great.
Maybe that would be the final
It's-
nail.
I feel like
no, that's
DC
been
has
good.
just never figured it out. They're trying to just kind of start with putting everyone and show everyone, and we're gonna make a movie with everyone
Who
together.
the F
And they're way
greenlit
behind.
Aquaman? Really? What person in power said, yeah, Aquaman, that's always been popular?
It worked with Ant-Man though, I guess. That
Yeah,
Paul
but-
Rudd version was funny.
Ant-Man is silly.
Yeah.
Aquaman. Yeah.
Even like, I just feel like
DC just can't figure it out.
since we were all little kids, we've always known Aquaman is fucking lame. We all know that.
Yeah, I've been noticing.
Everybody on Earth knows the guy who talks to fish is the lamest superhero on Earth.
They make them all sexy though now, and they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Khal
maybe
Drogo.
he'll fuck a dolphin.
Hell yeah.
I would watch it if Aquaman had sex with a dolphin.
All right,
if that was
all right.
like in the trailer, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Hell yeah.
I
'Cause
like
that's an
man,
interesting
dolphin,
take on
sex. I
Aquaman.
like that.
That's something I never knew about Aquaman. The two smartest creatures on Earth having sex.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a movie.
Well, they can talk to each other, so he must know how intelligent that dolphin
Oh,
is.
maybe he has to like convert him. Like, hey,
Dude.
how do I solve this?
If it was just Aquaman in an underground room talking to a dolphin for 90 minutes,
Banging
that's
blowhole.
Maybe they
interesting.
go to like a college class together. You know?
they're not going to do
Are
that.
they banging blowholes?
They're not
or are they
gonna get-
doing actual?
Okay,
the real
good
one?
night.
Or do they
Thank
blow
you.
bacon?
They do it the
Hold
real
on,
way.
no.
Oh,
Hold on.
5 hours.
We gotta wrap this up.
We're not
We have
gonna
to end
so
this.
bad.
Yeah, right now, half an hour ago. What
We
the
have
fuck?
to. We have to end this now.
It's a cramp.
I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. I want to just say we are going to be at PAX.
Saddle.
PAX. What are the dates? September 2nd through the 5th.
I don't know.
5th. September 2nd through the 5th. And we have a panel the Friday of PAX. But we have an exclusive that's going to be at the show that I'd like to debut now. People watching this live aren't going to be able to see it. So you're going to have to look on Twitter.
No.
But
Go look on Twitter.
look on the screen right now. Everyone watching this on Tuesday, that is our PAX exclusive poster.
Whoa!
And it's going to be available. It's actually not just a PAX exclusive. It's going to be at PAX, at Long Beach Comic Con
They like
What?
it.
in California.
They like
and you
it.
know what? We're going to bring it to Game Days in November. Which,
Cool.
by the way,
Shit, Game
if
Days
you
is
haven't
right
bought
here.
your tickets, go to mega64.com/game days and get your tickets now to our event in November 5th and 6th. We've already confirmed some guests. Well, we
in
haven't.
Anaheim.
We haven't told you yet. It's in Anaheim. We haven't told you the guests yet, but we're locking them down as we speak.
confirmed
It's
them.
going to be fun. So get your tickets now, and we'll bring this poster there too. So everyone there, check that out. We're also going to be bringing back at PAX the Experiment sweatshirt. Everyone has been asking for it to come by. It's going to be at PAX. So go and get one. It's your next chance to get one. And hopefully, if we have some left, we'll sell them online after the show. So anyway, go to PAX. We got all kinds of stuff at the booth. But our panel is on that Friday.
Go
so
buy a
check
badge
that out.
right now.
Go get
to
a
PAX. Go to game days.
Actually, if
Yes.
you want to go to PAX, in Boston, it's legal to scalp tickets. So you
It
can
is?
go, you can go front and
Well, no,
just walk in.
it's Seattle, right?
Seattle, that's something, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Is that why they're always out there doing
Yeah,
that?
you can legally do that. So
Sucks.
it's easy to get a badge for PAX, honestly.
Oh, I'm gonna sell my badge last day. Come
Perfect.
to PAX.
Tight.
You can come on the
Buy
last
from
day.
Derek's badge, yeah.
You can get an exhibitor pass.
Well, thank you for watching. And only 534 more days to the next Olympics, guys. So, see you there.
Oh, the Olympics represents everything that's wrong with society. Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
No,
Yo,
cut.
No.
Yo, welcome
Yo.
as promised, the 5-minute extra sweepstakes edition of this week's podcast.
We're gonna be picking out some winners today. People who patronized us in a good way
Thank
are
God,
gonna win a
finally a
prize.
good way.
Yeah, but before we announce the winners, let's show off all the exclusive MEGA64 merchandise we're going to be sending out.
Oh my
This is
God.
some rare and highly sought after MEGA64 stuff. All of this clearly is exclusive MEGA64 merchandise. There's my action figure, Derek the Comedy God. All of this and more is coming to our Patreon sweepstakes. All right, back up here, cameraman. All of this and more is coming to our patrons as a thank you. And yeah, without further ado, right? Let's announce
Here
the
we go.
winners.
We got
We-
3
so-
winners.
We pulled the winners, random drawing.
For the sake of transparency, here's what we did. We took a list of all of our patrons who were eligible. We loaded them up into a random item selector on the internet. Boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. The computer spit out 3 names. Drum roll, please. Here are our winners. So, for June, our winner of the MEGA64 Patron Sweepstakes Special Bundle is Owen McCormick. Woo!
Owen!
Congratulations,
Owen!
Owen! We're not going to reveal the emails.
Owen.
but
This isn't all, I mean,
the name of the very first, the inaugural sweepstakes winner, Owen. You're so lucky.
You did it, Owen.
We might send you a Still Waiting Special Edition Life After Katrina. Again, this is a MEGA64.
kind of a funnier version of Still Waiting.
Yeah, you know.
oh my God. Oh, no.
Better comedy.
No.
All right, next up, our second winner. His name got spat out of the machine. Beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, bop, boop. Ender's Game style. We got David.
Oh, David.
He didn't put a last name.
Oh.
He didn't put a last name.
So if your name is David and you are our patron,
But you know what? We
you have a
looked
better
up.
shot now.
We looked up. There were 6 Davids in our Patreon. Only one of them failed to put a last name. He did list an email, so we know what David it is. It's David. It's David.
We're just gonna look for Goliath. And
You know what? There's 6 people out there who think they won, and only one of them is right. But to that one lucky David, woo!
Yeah, that David.
Coming to your way is Sega Genesis, the MEGA64 new Batman. We went back in time and made that.
Yep.
All right, this is getting long. We all hate it when the podcast goes long. Sean likes it, but
I
Rob and
love
I hate
it.
it.
I fucking love it.
I'd rather just wrap it up.
So, our final winner, the most recent sweepstakes winner, number 3. Drum roll. Drew Applegate. Whoa! Drew! Thank you. Congratulations, you won. You win.
So we're gonna divide these prizes
won.
up. Maybe you'll get. Someone's already getting that. You can get this.
Nice.
Good
Hard
for you.
sell.
My
Sean,
favorite-
Sean the salesman.
My favorite part of this figure is that you wrote Derek Comedy. Hey everybody, check out
that is-
Mystery
that's
Team. It's
Derek-
coming out soon.
That's Derek, Comedy God.
Check out Mystery
Hey.
Team on DVD.
It looks like Derek
fuck,
Comedy.
I got it. Hold on, no.
Comedy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I like these Kutaragi cards too. These are rare.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a Sharpie. I'm gonna scratch that out.
Okay.
It's just gonna say Derek God. So no confusion.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's not what I thought it was.
Anyways, hey, thank you for watching.
Thank you for supporting
us.
supporting us,
Thank
and
you.
sign up because you could be our next winner. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Nice. Yeah.
Cut.